Hello and welcome to my channel Divine Balance. So this is going to be a reading where we connect with each element. So we have these element cards here from the Black Moon Astrology deck. And so we have the water element, we have air, we have earth, and we have fire. Okay, so during this time of all of the the full moon, eclipse, retrograde, so many of us are going to be feeling a lot of different energies. And so this is about positive reinforcement to help you stay focused on your life purpose, right? To help you sort of I don't stay in balance or alignment, or just sort of make sure you're moving forward with your life's purpose. And so making sure that all of these different energies aren't really throwing you off track from your north node. Okay, so we're going to have this card here for our life's purpose, and then we're going to look at each of these energies separately and pull some cards. So the idea is not to taper any of these energies. So for example, with the fire, some of us could probably use a little more fire, right? So it's just a matter of any messages that Spirit wants to bring through as you are having an increase or decrease or something with one of these energies or multiple energies, within the elements. And so, or you may be dealing with someone who has, a lot of fire going on. So it's just whatever messages that make sense for you, that resonate with you as it relates to the different elements. Okay, so these different elemental energies. All right, so we'll do each one one at a time. And so the cards that we're using are Angel Prayers and Archangel Animal. Okay, and so what I've done is I've actually combined this deck. Right, so I've combined the two decks here. And then we will also pull some cards for the Crystal Wisdom towards the end there. Okay, so we will start with the fire energy. Okay, so we'll put these here. We're focusing on our life's purpose, North Node, life, and the fire energy. Okay, so that's this. Let me show this again. All right. So again, this is about just really connecting with these energies and sort of understanding, any messages that you need to hear as you move through these elemental energies throughout, the full moon, the eclipse and retrograde season. All right. So we will start with the singing bowl to raise our frequency, clear our energies. And remember, this is a general reading, so take what makes sense for your energy and leave the rest, of course. All right, so we're focusing on the element of fire and how that's relating to our life purpose during this time. Okay, during the time of full moon, eclipse, retrograde. let's get started. See what messages Spirit wants to bring out for us as it relates to the fire element. This is a lot of cards, so you have to bear with me while I try to get them out. It's not a pretty sight, I know. So we have the hyena. We have all animal cards so far. Let's see here. There's one more. Synchronicities. Okay. So let's see. So we have the hyena, right? Which it says, dare to be different. Dare to be different. And it's Archangel Jophiel. Dare to be different. And then we have the rhinoceros, and it says, be strong and courageous. Be strong and courageous. So this is really pulling in that fire energy of, normally, fire, those that are, I think, illuminating, if you will, lots of fire energy. They're usually strong and courageous, and they want to be different. So we're really connecting with that here. So it says, be strong and courageous. So this is Archangel Sandalphon and Rochelle, sorry. And then we have the sheep where it says, act with fortitude and cooperation. So this is Archangels Gabriel, and Hope. And Hope. And then this last card is Synchronicity. So it says, thank you, angels. I trust your well-timed guidance and signs. Okay. So, let's see here. So using these animal cards here with the archangels, there are some of us, so as I said in the beginning, this is not to taper, right, any of the elemental energy. And so I think these animal cards really are a clear sign of, I think, some of you needing to tap into actually more of the fire element during this time. Okay? And so as we move through, the eclipse and retrograde and, the full moon, all of this energy, and those of you, you will know who you are if you are in a place where you're feeling like you need to focus on being different. You need to have more courage. You need to really be strong and kind of, push forward. You need a little fire, right? So I think that's what this is, we're talking about here. So for some of you, if that's the case, these are animals that you can connect to. These are archangels that you can connect to. So you can connect with the hyena, right? You can connect with the rhinoceros, right? So if you're needing that a little fire energy, as you're connecting with this element, these are animals that you can also connect with, right? To help you through as we move through all of these different energies and changes. Okay. And for those of you that are on the other side of this, or you are maybe interacting with someone that may be showing, excessive, I think, uh, fire energy, right? Lots of fire energy where, it may be a need to call in. And I think this is more so you than someone you're interacting with. So if you are trying to center yourself and you are realizing that you are connecting with lots of fire energy, so you want to be aware of that, right? And so connecting with the sheep and Archangel Gabriel and Hope to help you be cooperative during this time, during this season, because, sometimes, when we have a lot of fire and we're plowing forward, we have laser vision, we're focused, we're doing our thing. And sometimes it may come off as we're not cooperating with others. We're not working with others, right? So just be mindful of that energy of disconnecting yourself too much, right? You want to be able to cooperate with folks and people, as you're moving through this season. Okay? And so then this last card here, which I think is for all, be it if you're trying to, if you're accessing a bit more of the fire energy, or if you're trying to just be aware of how you're moving through your fire energy. So not taper it, right? We're not talking about tapering. We're just talking about being aware of how you're moving and flowing with the energy, right? But for all, I think there are signs and synchronicities that will be helping you through this time. And so Spirit really wants you to pay attention to those signs and synchronicities, because those signs and synchronicities are going to come when you need to be aware of, certain behaviors of yourself and probably of others, okay? So you have the synchronicities here. Okay. All right. So let's see if there are any crystal cards that we need to move forward here. We have two. Yeah, so we have red tourmaline, which is passion. So I am the embodiment of passion. Yeah, so this is that, look, passion, desire, passion, red tourmaline. So it's that fire energy, right? And so I think that maybe for many of you, you are gaining a bit more of this fire energy. And so if you notice that, like I said it before, if you're in a place where you want to be stronger, you want to have more courage, now is a good time, I'm feeling, for those of you to connect with the fire element. And so maybe the red tourmaline will be a good stone for you to use during this time. So connecting with red tourmaline, connecting with the hyena, connecting with the rhinoceros, okay? Connecting with these animals, and the crystal may help you. And so this is Boji stone, which is balance, okay? And so I think this is for all, but more so for that group that I was saying where you notice that you have a lot of fire energy. And so, and again, my point here is to not taper your energy, but just to help you be aware. But Spirit is bringing forth this stone of balance. I forgot to show you the red tourmaline. Is bringing forth this stone of balance, I think, to help you as well. So there may be some tapering for some of you, right? There may be, okay? But do what makes sense for your energy, okay? But I think maybe for some of you, you may, if your fire energy is so far during this time of changing energies, then you may need a little balancing, right, to help you. And this is the red tourmaline. Okay? But pay attention to the signs, right? Don't ignore the signs. Look for the signs and synchronicities. Look for them during this time. So those of you that are needing to connect with the fire element, those of you that have a lot of fire element during this time, look for the signs and synchronicities as you're moving through, these changes. All right? All right, so now we're going to move on to the earth element. So again, we're just going to switch these out here. And again, we are focusing on our life's purpose, our north node, and now we will connect with the energy of the earth, or the earth element, right? So this is about stability. This is about stability. Okay. All right. So let's see what we have here. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to do the singing bowl in between for these. I know it's a little extra, but bear with me. Okay, so we're going to switch to the earth element and stability. So now let's do the earth element. One more. All right. This is the earth energy, stability for a life's purpose. Okay, so we have sheep again. So it says act with fortitude and cooperation. And again, that's Archangel Gabriel and hope. All right. And then we have the rat, where it says, be true to yourself and the universe will reward you. So it's Archangels Gabriel and Zadkiel. Right, so Gabriel is coming through strong today. All right, and then we have new beginnings. It says, thank you, angels, for opening up the doors to change. I am ready. Okay, and then we have trustworthy friends. And it says, thank you, angels, for surrounding me with people I can trust and love. Trustworthy friends. Okay. So I think let's see. So for those of you that are connecting to the earth energy, right? And so this is about stability, um, you know, really just really working hard and focusing on your goals. Um, that's a lot of the energy of this element. And I think the same, so some of us can be, I think, so single-minded kind of focus, right? And so I think for those of you that are connecting a lot with the earth energy, the earth element at this time, and again through all of the full moon and retrograde and eclipse, I think for you as well, Spirit wants you to not be so single focused that you are not cooperating with others, right? You're not working with others. And so the sheep here for you is important as well. Okay? And it's a reminder not to, be so laser in one way that you're not cooperating with others. Okay? So, and I think before, all of this whole, the retrograde and eclipse and things that are coming up, I think there was a lot of energy of cooperation that was happening, right? And so I think Spirit just doesn't want us to lose that as we're moving through these different energies, right? So just remember to make sure you are, cooperating with others and not losing sight of that when it's needed, when it makes sense, right? And so this being true to yourself, right? And so for those of you, I think this stability, right, is something, for some of you, this is something that you may need more of during this time for some of you. And so that you can call on Archangel Zadkiel and Archangel Gabriel to help you with, I think, the being true to who you are, to your soul, to your journey, to your life's purpose, right? Because that truth results in stability, and that truth will allow this new beginning to happen, right? You get some balance. Right? And so during this time when so many truths are coming out, there are so many things, with relationships, and, there's a lot of energy of lies and deceit, and all of those things are coming out during this time. But Spirit wants you to be true to you, to who you are, so that you can understand and see clearly about those you can trust, right? So those trustworthy friends. So as you move to your new beginning, right? As you move to your new beginning, and I think for many of you that are connecting with this earth energy, and getting this stability, right? This stability is really ushering in your new beginning during this time. And so understand that there are people that you can trust, okay? And those I think that you were not sure about, you will become sure during this time, right? You will know during this time, you will come to an understanding of those who can walk with you as you continue to move forward in your life's purpose, right? You'll know who can walk with you and who you will have to leave behind, okay? So for those of you that some of this is resonating, then it may be that connecting with the earth element is something that will benefit you, right? So if you are struggling with who to trust, right? If you are struggling with, your being true to who you are in terms of, your soul, your life's purpose, and moving forward. If any of that, if this is resonating with you, then connecting with the energy of the earth element for that stability is something that that will serve you during this time. That's what I want to say here. It will serve you during this time. Yeah, okay. So we are going to see what crystal wisdom cards will come up here. Ooh. Oh gosh, that was a lot of cards. We're just gonna put them back and see what happens here. So what did flip over was Fire Agate and Serpentine Transformation. So that's that new beginning. So we'll see. We'll keep going. So Ruby, that wanted to flip out. We have two here. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, this is, when you're starting your new beginning, right? So I think for some of you, this season, right, is really going to work well for you. So although there may be, some things that you may find out, like I said, truth, lies, trustworthy, you'll find out who you can trust. But I think that this season of, the full moon and eclipse and retrograde, it's actually going to be good for you, right? So we have Ruby, shine. So it's time to shine, right? We have the Ruby. And I think this is really going with this new beginning, right? This new beginning. And understanding that as long as you don't stay so focused on doing everything alone that you forget to cooperate with others, right? Just keep that in mind as you're moving through all of these various energies. Try not to let yourself get too distracted, right? And being true to who you are, because being true to who you are and your life's purpose, right, will push you to your new beginning, and you'll know who's going with you, right, for your time to shine, for your success. So this is Orpiment, and it says, I am successful in all that I do. Yes. So that's this card here. And yeah, I think this is a real transformation time. That's the Ruby. This is a real transformation time for many of you. And then we have Awakening Crystal, Soul Awakening. So I am awakening to my true essence, and I am a full expression of my soul's vibration. Yes, right? So this is the rat. And I know the rat seems, for some of you, you may say, oh, connect with the rat, but really think about it and try to connect with the energy, right, of this animal. And also the sheep, which we talked about before, but connecting with the rat. So you have two cards here that really are focusing on yourself, your inner soul, like who you are. And this says Soul Awakening, Awakening Crystal. Right. So I don't have this crystal, so I don't know, what the cost might be or something like that. But definitely look into it. And if not this one, maybe there's one that's similar that you can get. But it's really helping you to stay focused on your true essence, right? That's the vibration that you want to carry through this time, right? Because through this time, you will go through a transformation and you will start your new beginning, but you don't want it, distorted and out of place and not happening when it should, right? Or when it could, I should say. Okay? All right. So that was the earth energy. I hope that some of this resonated for you. So now we are going to switch to the air element. Let's switch to air. All right, so this is the air element of communication, right? Communication. So let's see here. And I know we're going to do a little of the singing bowl again to clear out the energy. So this is for the air element, communication. guinea pig. The guinea pig. The ant. The badger. Okay. Let's see if there's one more. So lots of animal cards here today. Is there one more spirit? There's two more. All right. The hedgehog. All right, so we have 5 cards here. Okay, so we have the guinea pig where it says, do your part to illuminate the universe, Archangel Mary. All right, do your part to illuminate the universe. And then we have the badger, bring your life into balance, Archangels Mary and Sandalphon. Bring your life into balance. Badger. Ant, cooperate for the highest good of the community. Archangel Premanilic. Premanilic. Sorry, I get these names all bad. All right, and then we have study and learning. Thank you, angels, for allowing me to see that every day is a learning day. And then we have the hedgehog. Be a magnet for light, love, and joy. Archangel Gabriel. Okay. So this communication energy, right? And remember, this is this is connected to, you know, our life's purpose. So there's a lot of energy here about, you know, giving to the community, giving to the universe, you know, letting your light shine and manifesting whatever, you know, your gifts, your life's purpose, manifesting that out into the world, okay? And this is another card here, again, for cooperation here in the middle. And so this is the ant, right? So it says, again, cooperate for the highest good of the community. And so I think for, like I said, for the other elements, you know, before this energy came in, you know, for the full moon and the eclipse and retrograde and all of that, there was a lot of energy of cooperation and working with each other. And Spirit really wants us to continue that, right? Continue to work together. Continue that energy throughout these changes that are coming up, okay? So there's that cooperation, right? And so I think for some of you, there's a sense of needing to bring your energy into balance so that you can communicate more effectively, okay? Right? So if, you know, if you're communicating and manifesting out into the world, you know, if you are working on your life's purpose, you're in your life's purpose, right? Maybe for some of you, communicating, you know, out into the world is a major part of your life's purpose, you know, communication. And so during this time, we want to make sure that our communication is clear, right? We don't want to create any misunderstandings, you know, unnecessary misunderstandings. We want to make sure that we are open, I think, open to I think a lot of listening during this time. Like we really want to be able to listen and hear people, right? Not just speak to them and tell them what we think, but really, like really listen and hear people with this communication at, during this time, right? Because sometimes listening draws people to you more than what you're actually telling them, okay? And so be sure to, I think, focus on listening as part of your communication during this time, right? So that magnet for light, love, and joy, right? That communication, that listening, I think is part of that magnetism, right? And so connecting with the air energy for some of you to help you get that balance, right? To help you get that balance of speaking and listening. Speaking and listening. And then here we have studying and learning, right? So it's that balance. Speaking, listening, studying, learning is during this time, it's that balance of, what you're taking in and what you're manifesting out, right? What you're learning, what you are taking in, and what you're manifesting out, what you are hearing, right? What you're taking in from studying and learning, what you're taking in from hearing, right? Listening to others, and what you're manifesting out into the world, right? That balance. So those of you, you will know if this resonates for you, right? So again, during this season, during this time, connect with the air element, the communicating, energy, right? So that you can communicate clearly and effectively. And then also, sort of really letting your light shine, right? Letting your light, letting yourself soar, basically. Like, just if you can have that balance of, communicating effectively through listening and speaking, I think you will soar during this time. Like, you will flourish, you will blossom. You will be that magnet during this time. So I think you can call on these animals to, the guinea pig, right? This is your time. This will be your time where you're extremely illuminated, right? And you're shining, right? You're being that magnet, right? Through your listening and speaking, okay? And just remember to cooperate, to continue to cooperate with others, okay? So we are going to see what, this card is sitting on top, and for some reason I want to take it, so I'm going to. So it says communicate with music. Sorry, it says connect with music. But in my brain, I'm thinking communicate, right? Yeah. So it says connect with music. Thank you, angels, for inspiring me through music, right? So I think for some of you, that balancing may come through music, is what I'm feeling. This part of balancing, bringing your life into balance. And of course, this can be many different things for many people, right? We all have different ways of bringing our life into balance. But I think for some of you where it's about bringing your energy, into balance, for some of you, music will be very helpful for that. And then I'm also feeling like for some of you, you play instruments, so you deliver music to to the world, to your community. Um, and so I think during this time, maybe focus on your music even more and try to deliver even more music so that you can touch people. You can touch more people during this time. Okay. So it says connect with music to find that balance. All right, so let's see if there are any crystal cards. Yeah, so we have clarity, clear quartz. So I have clarity in all aspects of my life, right? And so I think that's that balance of, getting that balance so that you can communicate effectively, right? That clarity so that you can listen and speak effectively. This is clear quartz. So we have two here. So hidden night, gratitude. I am grateful, and this loving energy fills every single cell of my body. So hidden night. Right. So I think communicating your gratitude, right? Your gratitude, I think for the people that you appreciate, the people that may help you, the people that you connect with. So I think any like verbal communication or any other type of communication, however you may communicate, but just showing your gratitude for some of you. And then we have Shatukite. I have the divine wisdom of the universe within me, and I openly share it with the world. Yeah. So this also goes back to, being that magnet, right? Do your part to illuminate the universe, Archangel Mary, right? Being that magnet. So whatever you're doing for your life's purpose, Spirit wants to make sure that you continue that through all of these energies that are happening, right? And don't lose sight of that, right? For some of you, you are a teacher, right? So you are learning, you're studying. Not only are you learning and you're studying, but you're also teaching, right? You're also teaching. And so I think for those of you where I was talking about, that listening, as teachers really have to listen, right? Teachers aren't just there to, tell people, when you're a teacher in a classroom, you're not just there to just give students information. You're also there to listen to the students. You're also there to, read the information that they give to you, right? What the information that they give back to you. So part of the teaching overall process is part listening and then part, giving in terms of that information, right? That's what a teacher does. A teacher listens. Okay. All right. So that's the air element. We will now switch to the last one, which is water. Okay, so we have the water element, which is sensing, all right? So this is all about our emotions. our intuition, right? Our intuition, those feelings, our imagination, how we're dreaming about our purpose, dreaming in general, but just sort of that feeling and sensing and knowing, all right? So let's do, before I do that, we're going to do the singing bowl a little bit again. So this is for the water element with our North Node life's purpose. So now let's shuffle for the water energy. I love the water energy. So I think one more shuffle after this. All right. This is for the water energy. The goat, we have the bee, lots of animals today. What else do we have for connecting with water element? Let's see. One dropped here. Change and transition. Okay. Let's see if there's one more. Yeah. We have a few more. All right, so let's see here. We have take a step back, change and transition. And then we have the rabbit and the deer. All right. So we have a lot of cards here. So let's see. All right. So we have the goat. And it says, act from your innate wisdom, right? So it's Archangel Perlemic, and Pan, God of nature. All right. And then we have the bee, spread heart healing with joy. Again, Archangel Permanilic again. So coming in strong here, I think, for this reading. And then we have change and transition. Archangel Azrael. And so it says, thank you, Azrael, for leading me safely through this change. Okay. So because I think for many of you that are, many of the water signs or maybe not even water signs, I take that back, sorry. It's just those of you that connect with the water energy, because you don't necessarily have to be a water sign, um, to connect with the waters, to connect strongly with the water, with the water energy. So I think for those of you that connect strongly with water energy, I think through this time, and because you're highly intuitive in this space, when you're connecting strongly to that energy, then you may be very sensitive through all of these changes that are going to be happening, these changes in energies. And so here it says, so that was change and transition. And then it says, take a step back. Thank you, angels, for helping me to step back from what's not serving me. Okay. And then here we have the rabbit. And it says, recognize your significance, Archangel Gabriel. And then also the deer. Trust in the support of the universe, Archangels Michael and Faith. Okay. Right. So I think for some of you, where during this time, so you've been, I think, moving forward, and for some of you, Spirit wants you to continue to connect and really rely on your intuition, okay? And so those of you that have been connecting with the water energy, Spirit wants you to not get distracted from your intuitive thinking. And then there are some of you that maybe need to connect more with the water energy during this time, right? So you can see through some of the things that you need to see through, some of the illusions, some of the, there may be some dishonesty and things like that with people. And there are changes that are going to happen. And so Spirit wants you to really be clear-minded during this time. So sort of like your mind and heart, right? There needs to be some balance there. And so I think, but not too much of, I'm feeling like not too much of mind it's more so, it's sort of like during this time, if your mind is kind of all over the place, I'm feeling like your heart can kind of carry the load in that balance. So the balance here, I think for some of you, and just bear with me, the balance here is not like a balance of 50-50, heart and mind kind of thing. It's more like during this time where your mind might be a little bit scattered. It's almost as if the water, the energy of the water, right? That feeling, that intuition, that knowing will carry you through this time, will carry you through the transition that's going to happen, will carry you through this new beginning that will happen for you at this time. And so I think for some of you, it's that taking a step back to, I think, recognize that if you're feeling a little scattered, it's not that, there's really something wrong. It could be that it might help for you to connect with the energy of water. And I'm saying balance out, but it's more like to carry the load, so that, because you can trust your intuition, right? You can trust. So if your mind is a little scattered, but take a step back to go into your soul and your intuition, right? and trust your intuition to carry you through, is what I'm feeling here. Right. And so when it says act from your innate wisdom, right, it's that it's like the natural, right? It's like your natural instincts, your natural, um, the wisdom it's already there, it's in you. And so during this time, for some of you, that wisdom will be manifested through your feelings, right? Through how you're feeling, through your intuition. And it's happening this way during this time because of all of the energies that are around you. So it has to happen this way at this time. Okay? I'm hoping that makes sense to someone. All right. So that's the goat, right? So you may want to connect with the goat at this time. You may want to connect with the rabbit and the deer, right? Because the deer is that really, really, that love, that pure love. And I think that's the love of the universe, right? So that kind of love, when you connect with the deer, you're really close to the universe, right? And so if you're close to the universe, you can trust your intuition even more, okay? You can trust your intuition even more, right? And so whatever you're doing and so this is really important for many of you where this is resonating, because Spirit doesn't want you to get off track from your life's purpose, right? Because many of you are, you're spreading healing to others. Whatever your life's purpose is, you're spreading healing to others. And so that connection with the water energy, with the water element, really connect as much as you can during this time. So, drinking plenty of water, whatever you do, to connect with that energy, swimming, drinking water, all of those things as much as you can. That would be very helpful, I think, for you. Okay, so let's see what crystals will also be helpful. All right, so this is for the water element. So we have ametrine, and it says intuition. I am fully aligned with my intuition. I trust this powerful wisdom and guide. Yes, right? This is really, for those of you where this is really resonating, this connection to water, the intuition, this is really going to help you. So maybe for some of you, where I was saying sort of that, I was talking about the mind, so this is ametrine, right? And, ametrine really, for those that use this, that it helps you with sort of that balance of your, your mind and heart and all of those things, like help you make decisions, right? And so, and it helps you to make decisions, based on your intuition, and not in part with your intuition and not just, your mind, right? And so there's a balance here that ametrine brings, and I think is more so on the intuition side here. I think for those of you where this is going to come really in handy, right? So again, as I was saying, that balance here is not really about a 50-50 balance with your mind and heart and intuition. It's just more like with the energies that are around you, the mind can be a little scattered. And so this ametrine will help you with that. This ametrine will help you with that. and help you to really trust the universe and your intuition. That's beautiful. All right, so let's see if there's more here. Yeah, so this is Herkimer Dreams. So it says, I am constantly manifesting my dreams into reality. Yeah. So like I said, I think for many of you during this time, there's going to be a new beginning for you. Okay. And so I think there's a transition, right? So this change and transition that has to happen during this time, right? So the ametrine and the Herkimer will really, I think, help you with, really help you with making your decisions and understanding that you can trust what you're feeling. You can trust your intuition. Yeah. So it's dioptase, love. I am love and love is me. I am love and love is me. So I feel like I want to get one more and then we will end. One more for communicating. Yeah. Yeah. Sunstone, empowerment. So I am empowered in all areas of my life. Sunstone. Yeah, so as you're moving, and then also we have here confidence, and that's Heliodor. And my light just went out, sorry. So that's Heliodor, and then we have Orpiment, success. So I'm going to take all of those. Because all three of those, empowerment, confidence, success, right? So I think as you are moving through these changes, and that's why that could be why your mind is a little bit scattered, right? Because with all the different energies, you may be losing some confidence, okay? And so Spirit really wants you to remain confident and trust your intuition. Trust your intuition, right? So I'm really feeling like the sunstone, right? Empowerment. I think these crystals. The Heliodor, confidence. The Orpiment, success. And of course the ametrine for intuition. Okay, so I'm really focusing on those 4 crystals. And of course we have love and dreams, manifesting your dreams. The dioptase and Herkimer. All right, so I hope that some of this resonated for you. Thank you for watching. Love and bright light to all of you, and I will try to do timestamps in the text there, in the description, and let you know what point or number where the different elements start for discussion. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.